I'm Inspector Lee Brockman of the Lloydminster RCMP Detachment, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the first ever virtual Town Hall. These Town Hall events have become a regular occurrence for us here in Lloydminster, and as I committed to you at our Town Hall meetings in January 2020, this will provide an update on the RCMP's progress to date, on our priorities, and provide you an idea of the current crime trends in Lloydminster. Normally, we would do our town hall meetings in person. However, due to the current state of the pandemic, public gatherings are not an option. As a result, we are taking our town hall virtual. Between October 21st until November 12th, the Lloydminster RCMP will be accepting input from community members. After this short presentation, please scroll to the bottom of the project webpage to find several digital forums targeted around topics such as community issues, policing strategies, staffing structures, and community collaboration. All correspondence will be monitored and replies posted to the website from myself and the City of Lloydminster.
Hi, I'm Constable Flynn with the Lloydminster RCMP. To begin, let's talk about staffing structure. The Lloydminster RCMP detachment has a total of 49 police officer positions and services the City of Lloydminster. All positions are funded by the City of Lloydminster through Municipal Police Services Agreement with Canada. Our resources are distributed amongst a number of teams and units. While each team has individual mandates, all teams share a common goal of enhancing proactive policing capacity in order to reduce crime in the community. General duty policing provides the core policing services to the city. They attend calls for service and investigate crimes. General duty is mainly reactive with some proactive capacity. The General Investigations section is a plainclothes investigative section broken up into two teams focusing on drug investigations, priority property crimes, and serious persons crimes. GIS is reactive and proactive investigative team that provides investigative support to general duty. The Crime Reduction Unit, also known as CREW, is a proactive unit focused on identifying and dealing with underlying issues at the root of the criminal and social disorder behavior. They work with our partners and, using the intelligence-led process, identify habitual offenders, the small number of offenders who are responsible for the disproportionate amount of crime, and hotspots. Their primary mandate is the reduction of trends, specifically property crime.
Now let's jump into the current crime trends for our community. Persons crimes are trending 10% higher from January through September 2020 compared to the same time period in 2019. Within that category, we've seen a marginal increase in robbery, assault, and uttering threats, and reductions in sexual offences and criminal harassment. Property crimes are trending 5% lower from January through September 2020 compared to the same time period in 2019. We have continued to see reductions in break and enters, about a 1% decrease, theft of vehicles, about a 19% decrease, theft under $5,000, about a 38% decrease, and theft over $5,000 at about a 29% decrease. We have seen a 22% increase in mischief files. We remain cautiously optimistic about an overall property crime decrease this year. Other criminal code category has trended significantly higher so far in 2020 compared to 2019. This category is a catch-all for offences like cause of disturbance and failing to comply with release and probation conditions, among other offences. So far in 2020, failed to comply or breach numbers are 204% higher than the same time period in 2019. While this may appear shocking, it is actually quite positive as it is reflective of the offender management efforts the Lloydminster RCMP has undertaken this year. Coupled with the increases in failed to comply numbers, we are seeing decreases in property crime. This highlights the positive correlation between proactive policing efforts and reduced crimes.
I'm Sergeant Brad Molan of the Lloydminster RCMP. Knowing these trends, we have set four main priorities for our actions. These priorities are reducing crime by targeting property crime, drug crime, and local gang violence, enhancing road safety, enhancing community engagement, and contributing to employee wellness. Under the reduced crime by targeting property crime, drug crime, and local gang violence priority, the Lloydminster RCMP has taken a whole new detachment view of proactively reducing crime on multiple fronts. We are focusing our efforts on intelligence-led policing and targeted enforcements, which includes tracking habitual offenders, conducting enforcement initiatives in key locations, and increasing strategic patrols in order to enhance our visibility. Our crime reduction strategy is a comprehensive, intelligent-led approach to policing that aims to break the cycle of criminal activity over the long term. The crime reduction strategy enables police to identify repeat offenders, crime hotspots, and conduct targeted enforcement and prevention initiatives. A key factor in this dynamic is a collaborative approach that includes citizens, health and mental health service providers, law enforcement, and community partners. Building strong relationships with community and public agencies allows us to address the root causes of crime, breaking the cycle that repeat offenders find themselves in. Approximately 10% of offenders are responsible for 50 to 60% of crime in Canada. By focusing on volume crimes perpetrated by a small number of repeat offenders, the RCMP will reduce the instances of crime over the long term. Our year-to-date property crime trend is showing a 5% overall reduction. As drug activity and gang activity often go hand in hand, the Lloydminster RCMP is focused on dealing with local gangs through drug enforcement in addition to offender management strategies. Organized criminal groups benefit from regular citizens through property crime. Thanks to our crime reduction strategy, we are identifying and targeting individuals who hurt our communities the most by driving the drug trade and stolen goods markets. Many prolific offenders steal to raise money by selling or trading the stolen goods, often with the aim to acquire drugs or alcohol. The stolen goods market plays a part in illegal drug trade, either directly or indirectly trading property for cash to buy drugs. Thus far in 2020, the Lloydminster RCMP has laid a total of 74 drug charges, including 65 possession charges and 9 trafficking and possession for the purpose of trafficking charges. In addition to this proactive enforcement, the Lloydminster RCMP has had good success in keeping the pressure on tracking habitual offenders. Enhancing road safety. The Lloydminster RCMP is focusing on road safety efforts on distracted driving enforcement as well as public education. Distracted driving is related to collisions. By enforcing distracted driving laws, we are aiming to enhance road safety by reducing collisions. Thus far in 2020, the Lloydminster RCMP detachment has laid 114 distracted driving charges. Enhancing our community engagement. No matter the challenges, the solutions remain the same and can be found in the partnerships between concerned, committed stakeholders. Governments at all levels, agencies, organizations, and citizens all work together to build a stronger, safer community. From an RCMP perspective, there is an expectation that we are engaged with the community. That means consulting with residents and community leaders, as we are doing through this virtual town hall, to establish policing priorities and assist with public safety issues. We are committed to having regular communication with our community leaders, providing reports and updates, and being involved in community activities and events when possible. Through these and numerous other means, we develop positive, trusting relationships with the community. The other perspective applies to the community side, and here we can only ask or encourage. We can ask our community to engage in working with us, and we can provide leadership on community issues or challenges. Communities rely on the police to contribute and assist where appropriate. Being a part of positive, trusting relationships is necessary for public safety. We need engaged, involved citizens contributing to community safety, just as we need engaged, involved police officers. We cannot put a police officer on every corner. We rely on our residents to provide additional eyes and ears. Citizens on Patrol is a great example of engagement from the community and what is possible when people come together with a common goal of reporting suspicious activity and reducing crime in their area. To date, some of the engagement efforts being made by the Lloydminster RCMP include regular proactive media releases and on-camera interviews, being proactively involved in school and community events, and engaging the wider community with an eye to embracing diversity and inclusion. Contributing to employee wellness. In order to enhance community safety, we need to ensure we are taking care of our people. A number of initiatives are underway to enhance employee health and wellness.
Innovation is often born out of necessity. In this regard, the COVID-19 pandemic assisted in the development of innovative ways to continue providing a high level of service delivery to Lloydminster. Our local callback unit was such an initiative that was born out of necessity during the pandemic. The callback unit is an ad hoc team that handles non-emergency calls to improve policing services in Lloydminster. This unit allowed Lloydminster Detachment to respond to non-emergency complaints efficiently while reducing physical contact with complainants where possible. When non-emergency complaints that do not require the physical attendance of a police officer are received, instead of dispatching a frontline worker, our dispatchers send the file to the callback unit. This means the callback unit handles non-urgent files while frontline members focus on higher priority calls, emergencies, and intelligence-led proactive policing. Detachment members have indicated the callback unit service is very helpful because they can continue working and responding on more urgent calls while the callback unit takes care of non-urgent matters. Callback unit members improve policing service delivery by being able to take the time to discuss fully with complainants their reported crimes and concerns, and provide advice and information on how to prevent future repeat incidents. Callback unit helps get police officers out of the office and away from their computers, which allows for increased police visibility in our community. This in turn helps reduce crime rates in the city.
I'm Staff Sergeant Brad Lazicki with the Lloydminster RCMP. I will be talking about crime reduction strategies within the Lloydminster Detachment. The Lloydminster RCMP has taken a whole detachment view of proactively reducing crime on multiple fronts. We are focusing on efforts on intelligence-led policing and targeting enforcement, which includes tracking habitual offenders, conducting enforcement initiatives in key locations, and increasing strategic patrols in order to enhance our visibility. Our police officers regularly proactively patrol identified hotspots, hold accountable to the small number of offenders who cause a disproportionate amount of crime, and work with our partner organizations to address wraparound needs of our clients. Essentially, our goal is to become more proactive in our resource deployment and response to crime trends. Taking this approach will result in a long-term reduction in crime. Our efforts in the offender management realm are already showing effective in contributing to reduction in crime, in property crime. All units in our detachment do their part when it comes to providing proactive policing services. Our general duty teams patrol identified hotspots, complete offender management initiatives, and balance proactive patrols with reactive response to calls for service. Our crime reduction unit is responsible for creating and implementing proactive policing initiatives and offender management. Our general investigation section engages in proactive drug initiatives aimed at reducing the impact of local gangs and crime groups, in addition to engaging in property initiatives related to key property offenders while being responsive to serious persons crime investigations. We are committed to providing the most effective, efficient policing possible while being responsive to the ever-changing policing needs in Lloydminster. That includes tackling the property crime issues.
Thank you for watching our virtual town hall information video. We're committed to being responsive because the information assists us in crime analysis, aids us in establishing trends and patterns, and ultimately leads our investigators to the chronic offenders. However, you need to report crime and criminal activity. Reporting crime assists us in making decisions on how and where we deploy resources. Help us help you. Pick up the phone and report crime or suspicious activity to the Lloydminster RCMP detachment. We invite you now to participate in the online forums below. These forums have been designed around letting us talk. Please leave your comments, feedback, and questions to the Let's Talk community issues, Let's Talk policing strategies, Let's Talk staffing structures, and Let's Talk community collaboration discussion boards. From now until November 13th, we aim to reply to as many comments as we can in efforts to create a wholesome community where we can all safely live, work, and play. On behalf of the Lloydminster RCMP detachment, I want to thank you and all the other citizens of Lloydminster for the unwavering support. Please know that the RCMP is here for you. Thank you.